Hello, hello, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. Thanks for joining in right on time. And just give everybody a couple of minutes to get started as usual. Just give me any emoji if you can hear me okay. As I'm speaking. Okay, good. Okay, good, good. Please join in, settle down. Settle down. Good. Hey, Lokesh. And for those who have joined in early, today we'll be looking at N8N. And if you want to get ahead of the curve, you can sign up on N8N. Sign up with the free trial account with your personal. And yes, I did get a haircut finally, for those who've been following along. All right, good number. Let's give everybody a couple of minutes. I think we can drop a reminder in the group. Okay, for everyone who wanted to know what is an AI agent, what are agents, what are humans, what's the difference? We'll go through some of that today. Thanks, Lokesh, for dropping in the reminder. By the way, if any of your friends who are part of this session, but you don't see them on the list, don't do RGGiri and not remind them. Please remind them to join. RGGiri, for those who don't know, is the whole crab pulling mentality of not sharing what might help others. Remember, with all this AI and tech and everything, things are moving so fast that even if you share with somebody, something new will come up. But if you share with somebody and then somebody else shares with you, you both learn something new. So in fact, the power of the community is all those use cases, right? So the tech might be the same, but it's those use cases that really unlock a lot of the value, right? If you think about it, I can teach Microsoft Word or PowerPoint to everybody, but using Word and PowerPoint in different ways, right? So can you use PowerPoint to play a quiz at home? Can you use Word to, I guess, craft a love letter? Sure. But those different use cases is what makes the tool valuable. And the more use cases that you're aware of in your head, the more powerful you will become. So keep sharing those use cases and discovering those use cases. And that's really the greatest thing that you can probably learn from these sort of sessions. All right, maybe I'll just give another minute and then we get started. Dropped in a poll question to see who is Okay, we got a quick early poll. There's only 44 of you who voted out of the 123 who joined. And for somebody who DM'd me about who gave the haircut, that's Nano Banana. I guess that's the or Nano haircut. Okay, there's a poll question in there. Just interested to see what do you wish AI agents can do? A lot of proposals, social media posts, research. Cook and clean for me. I like the ambitiousness of that. I just wanted to see how many people would say that. If you guys remember, there was a viral post about how AI is doing all the writing and analysis, but I really wanted AI to do the cooking and cleaning for me. Right? We're not there yet in 2026. So as of Feb 15, 2026, that's still tricky, but we'll get there, which is also a little bit scary. And then the last one, my job. Yeah. Well, if AI is going to be doing your job, what are you going to be doing? That is a whole different discussion. In fact, that's why I'm offering a bonus session. We might do a brainstorm, sort of more collaborative Q&A discussion around that. So that won't be any specific tool that I'll walk you through. These sessions are really designed to inform you and get you to start using the tools. That's how this entire session has been set up, so that you guys are actually doing this stuff and not just watching a movie, and actually putting them to use. But the bonus session will not be on any specific tool, but really looking at what's happening in the future. So the ticket to the bonus session is a testimonial video, and given the velocity and probably the number of people who have done it, so I think we'll have a small, tight group. So if you want to be part of that small, tight group and discuss and hear about what's the future holding for us, then please do share a testimonial. Alrighty, I think we've got a decent quorum today. I realize I am up against India, Pakistan. Thankfully, we're a little bit earlier than that, so we will go through what we have today and then assign homework and go from there. Okay, let me pop this guy up. All right, not sure what happened there. Just give me a moment while I swap out my screens. Well, I love the energy of all those people who focused on creating that image to drawing to image to video flow. I hope more than anything that's unlocked just a thought process in your minds of how you can actually get something from the real world into a digital world and transform it, right? So it's not just about the homework. Yes, everyone can create nice, fun videos, but the mental model of creating something digital from something physical is the bigger unlock. So you might be surprised in terms of what else that might unlock in the future. Okay, just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. I am sharing. Okay, cool. So this is going to be a two-part series. Yes, we are now doing 2 parts episodes within a season, where we have come from. The reason why we're splitting this up into 2 parts is that this is going to be somewhat a new mental model, which is important for everybody to learn. And broadly, the way I've sort of set this up is, one, today we will kind of understand the difference between AI, different agents, personalities, what are tools, what are memories, all of this, and just understand the basic input, process, and output model, because that, if you understand that well, then you will kind of be able to see that everywhere. Once you understand that model, then the next time when we regroup, we will actually connect to a lot more things. Your Google Sheets, emails, forms, and social media as well. I know that's been a hot question in terms of how we can do that. So that's the idea. Again, as usual, we'll kind of take it very systematically, methodically, just help you understand this so that you can start implementing this. Some of these you will probably just try in the next week or two. That is homework, so I do want you to try. And some of these you'll try and say, well, okay, this is already giving me a lot of value in my business and my work. Maybe let me see how I can integrate it into my overall workflows, etc. So just again, a little bit of housekeeping. So if you're not already part of the WhatsApp group and you got this on email, there is a WhatsApp group. You can scan in and join. You can also contact Lokesh. He's in that registration page. He will add you to the group if you're not already there. Just who else is in the room with us? You guys are amazing, diverse people from different parts of the world, in fact. You can see roughly founders, directors, very senior folks, and working in different companies, etc. By the way, we're close to 500 people. I'm hoping that with a little bit of nudge, we'll hit that 500. So it's a cool story to tell people as we go along this little journey. For those of you who haven't met me before in person, long story short, I lived in a lot of countries. I enjoy teaching and sharing things. I also run Quantana, which is a AI product design development company. And we enjoy building things and sharing things, and just as a culture, creating things as well. As a company, we've worked on a whole lot of projects, and we're now getting a lot more into AI product development as well. So if that's something you're interested in, just give us a quick holler. Okay, this is hopefully a framework everyone is familiar with, who has been on these sessions for a couple of times, but it's just good to refresh because I keep getting asked this almost on a weekly basis saying, hey, I want to learn AI. And there's half the people in the room who are like, okay, here we go again. And the other half is like, oh, let's see where he's going with this. So broadly, AI is at multiple levels. The engine, if you want to build an engine, is that really something you want to do? The analogy here is like, I want to learn AI is I want to learn car. What does car mean, right? Does it mean building an engine? Does it mean assembling a car? Does it mean driving a car? Does it mean using it in your business, right? So there's different levels. You can be a model builder. You can be a prompt engineer building some sort of workflows as well. You can use applications that have AI in them, or you can use tools that sort of make AI just invisible, right? So you just click it and it just works. So we've been looking at different levels. Today, we're going to probably spend more time around these two. We're probably at level 2. We will probably never, ever do level 1 of building AI models, etc. from scratch. But we're sort of somewhere here because we will be doing some workflows for today. Okay, so there's a couple of things that before we get into that we need to understand about AI agents and AI workflows, etc. Right? So agents, it's probably the most abused term in the world of AI. I both love it and hate it because it makes it seem like, okay, there's a whole AI magic wizard land that's happening in the background that takes care of everything. As of Feb 15th, 2026, I'm sorry to say that is not the case, that we are still couple of steps away from AI taking over your entire job. So that is good news and also somewhat challenging as of today, but you'll see what value it delivers. So one of the key reasons that I keep saying that AI agents are not what you would expect or want, it's become more of a marketing term now that agents can do everything. But the way AI agents are currently set up is that you can basically ask Gemini or ChatGPT to have a conversation with you and do certain things, etc., in a very undeterministic way, which means that you can, every time you run it, you can't predict what it will do. So instead, we look at agentic workflows, and these workflows are what we can control, and we can make and put to use in our company. Okay, so there's kind of 5 levels how I look at how AI agents and workflows and everything operates. So quick rush of slides. There's going to be a bit of theory, and then we're going to go to NA10, and then get started, get our hands dirty in terms of looking at that tool. And you're all going to try yourself to see how that experience is. We're going to register on NA10 and just try and see how the different nodes are. I would be happy if today's outcome is just seeing how you can chat with your agent with a very limited number of tools, but at least that's the first step. And once you've got into that for today, we'll be in a very good position for next week's session. Just for context, this is typically like a day's workshop as well, where we go through different use cases and different things, but I'm kind of just chunking it down into 2 high impact sessions for this type of audience. Okay, so before we get into AI agents, let's understand, workflows. So the way I see it is there's like a gradient between automation and autonomous, like where there's different levels of things that are that can be programmed to something that like the AI does everything for you. So the first level is a simple automation. A simple automation, for example, is when a customer submits a form, you trigger an email like saying, hey, welcome on board. And then you also use the information that they've shared and you send a reply to them saying that, hey, welcome to our company, Vishal. Right? It's a very simple, straightforward kind of workflow, hopefully not too complicated there. And by the way, keep posting questions here. Some of them I will try and answer in the strategic pauses that we make. And some of them, we'll probably move to WhatsApp afterwards. Okay, so automation, level 1. Simple, if this, then that, right? Really simple, you don't have to overthink it. In fact, some of you might be using like Outlook rules. Some of you might be creating forms on Google, just saying that, hey, when they fill out the form, send them a reply, right? So this is sort of level 1 automation. Level 2 is a more complex automation. Now, we're still not at AI yet. We're just kind of using the information that's in the ticket and doing something. So for example, if somebody raised a customer support ticket and there's a keyword that just says the word billing or just says the word bug or just said the word, payments, then it sends that email to different audiences, right? So this is no AI really needed. You just need like some code that understands English and sends it out. So the difference between the first one and the second one is literally just one extra thing. It's just conditions, right? And these conditions are typically static. When I say static, means they don't change. It's simple English. And this is like a very simple or complex automation, but it's simple in the context of what AI can do. So we're at level 2. This is already great value. If you have a support email, you can just forward it to different people based on the keywords. And now we get into workflows. So what's different from the previous one? In the previous one, it was just email. It was just getting some input and then sending out to something else. Workflows is where you're trying to now combine multiple tools or multiple systems into one process. So for example, if you're hiring a new employee, typically you would create a welcoming email, they would upload something, and once they upload something, then email accounts are set up, and maybe send a calendar invite saying that, hey, welcome to the company, etc. Right? So we're talking about multiple systems which are all chained together, and that's what a workflow becomes. We're at level 3 now. This is still great value for a lot of businesses. If you're not already seeing these workflows in use, this is a, year 2000, year 2010 solved problem. This is something you should already be doing if you're not doing this already. Okay, and now we're at level 4. And this is where we are as of Feb 15, 2026, broadly, where you could have AI as part of your workflows, right? So you might have some sort of information. The AI then decides something, and then it does the output, right? So this is a scenario where there's some sort of input that you've given, and the AI has decided something, and then it does something else. Now, for example, let's say somebody comes in and fills out a form saying that, hey, I'm coming from this country, and then the AI can see that history about them and send them an email saying, hey, welcome from US. Or it might see that you have clicked on a specific product, like a baby care product, and then you've clicked, other information that you've provided, and it generates an email saying that, hey, we're giving moms 20% off for the next 20 days. Click here to buy. And then it sends that email to just that one person, right? So this part of this dynamically deciding, that is what we call as agentic. So agentic just means that we have given agency to the system to decide on itself to do something that earlier you might have decided to do. So agentic just means that it is able to make decisions on its own. And to some extent, it's also able to choose the tools that it wants to use, right? So, when you hire an agency, like you guys are managers and founders, you're hiring an agency. Why are you hiring an agency? You're hiring an agency, like a company agency, because they're going to do something for you. You can give them a broad instruction saying, I want an outcome like this. I want you to follow this process. And then they will take care of how they want it to do, right? But this is still a workflow because it's still taking some sort of input, doing something, and then it's giving you some sort of output, right? So it's a predetermined workflow that's quite controlled. Now, we're at level 4 out of level 5. And then kind of what people think of when they think of AI agents is actually autonomous AI agents. And we're not there yet. There's still some very early signs. Models are improving that will start supporting some of this probably by next year. But this is kind of still as a wish list kind of thing, where instead of just setting the rules of what it needs to do, you can now, in theory, give a business goal, and it will figure out what it needs to collect as input. It'll figure out what is the best way of achieving the business goal, and it'll give you the output, right? So this is a little bit scary as well as amazing, because this is effectively what you would hire a manager to do, right? You would hire somebody and says, okay, go figure out how to reduce the cost of our process. And then they'll be like, okay, let me first understand everything that we do in our business. Let me document everything, talk to people, etc. Then let me figure out what are the optimal routes, or figure out whether there's better software for this, or how do I change certain things. And ideally, they implement it, and then they come back to you with a report after 1-2 months saying that, hey, looks like we've achieved 10% cost savings. Now, this sounds fairly amazing, and it's still kind of as a wistful thinking at the moment, because there's a lot of information, there's a lot of uncontrollability here. And as we've seen in previous AI tools as of today, like you're trying to generate a photo, you're trying to generate a video, there's a gap between what you and the AI are thinking. And secondly, every time you click generate, it just generates something different, right? Now, if you're a business and you say reduce delivery times and costs, and every time you run it, it gives you a different output, that's not really reliable enough for you to run, right? So there's some limitations over here. But that being said, this is extraordinarily useful as it is. So level 4 out of level 5 itself is very high value depending on who you are. And it can unlock a lot of business value even as an individual. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today and tomorrow and next week. Yeah, so broadly, to give you an idea of what agentic workflows look like versus an autonomous agent. So agentic workflows over here, you can basically say, create summaries, generate some text. These are some sort of basic level use cases. email summary agent. You can connect this to your email, and it'll give you a summary of everything in your mail. You can connect a voice agent as well, so that it kind of has a conversation with you and then comes back and makes the booking for you. Telesales and code quality. So all of these are things that we're using in our company on a day-to-day basis, and for our clients as well. And autonomous agents, which are more complex, where we give a business goal and it kind of figures out its own solution, etc. Right? So in this case, we're doing certain things like research agents. So it figures out where to research things, gives you updates, comes back and sends like a summary of the different reports. Marketing agents, again, it identifies goals, gives you some content, etc. Now, these are still very early stages. These are, not really that reliable as of now. They do make mistakes. They kind of miss things, etc. And oftentimes we implement first versions of all of these is workflows rather than going as agents. Okay. So that's the context of workflows. One, complex workflows, automations, workflows, AI agents, and autonomous agents, etc. So a couple of questions. Do type those in. Yes, workflows and agents. So agents is now a marketing word. It's like saying cloud. It's like saying AI, right? So agents has sort of become, it can do stuff for you. So the way I see agents is it needs to do basically two things, or three things really. One, can it work independently without you, right? So yes, it's an agentic workflow can work independent without you. Then can it make decisions within like a fuzzy area, rather than saying precisely always go for a certain keyword? Can it make decisions like a human would given the context? And this is where LLMs unlock this ability, where you don't need to hard code every scenario. You can give a broad guidance and it'll figure out. So that's two. And then finally, as an agent, it should be able to do certain things. So for example, a ChatGPT chat is just a chatbot. It doesn't actually do anything for you. It kind of just gives you images, etc. But now with N8N and other tools, you can connect it to different tools. You can connect it to LinkedIn, you can connect it to your Instagram, you can connect it to your email, you can connect to your calendar. And these are all tools within the system where N8N can now do things for you automatically. And so yes, it is an agent, but if I'm going to be very precise, it's an agentic workflow, because I'm still controlling 1, 2, 3, 4, what it needs to do. In an autonomous agent, I kind of just give a very high level, go and do it, and it'll try and do something. And this is still very flaky as of today. Okay, so what are the best tools for agentic workflows? So this is something that we are big fans of, N8N. And N8N, let me open that up. So N8N, I'll give you some context around it, but effectively, this is the tool that we're going to use today. And I'm going to go really easy and slow today, because it's important that we understand this. And if you understand AI agents using N8N, you'll start seeing the patterns everywhere. So whenever somebody says AI agent, you'll be like, oh, okay, what tools does it have? What model does it use? What memory does it use, etc. Right? So you'll start seeing that in every agent that you kind of encounter. Okay, so what is N8N? So N8N itself is a low-code platform. It's actually quite old. It's surprisingly old for what it does. In fact, it started as a workflow automation platform, and it's one of the most popular open source softwares at 175,000 stars, which is, I think the highest is probably 250. And it has been there for a good amount of time. And it actually started as a workflow automation system. But since AI started coming in, Gemini, OpenAI, all these models started coming in, they added just one extra step, this AI agent step, what they call Node. And now suddenly it's an AI agent workflow system, right? So this one node just changed the game. So without this, if I just kind of cross this off, and then there's some sort of input, some sort of output. It's a normal workflow, and maybe it's a complex workflow. But this one additional step gives it intelligence, gives it agency, gives it a lot of capabilities that were just not possible 3 years ago. And we use it for a lot of our business use cases, internal use cases, and in fact, our AI team, every single person is mandated to go through training of this. And in fact, our digital marketing team also has been working on this tool, etc. Yes, and just a couple of questions here. There's different models like OpenAI, Claude that we'll be seeing in use, and other tools as well. So I'll keep coming back to that. But we'll start with n8n because this is something that we are using to unlock a lot of value. And this is available in 2 ways. One is a paid tier where they host it for you. And that's what we will be signing up today. So if you go to n8n and you click the free trial, and we'll go through this, I'll give 5 minutes right after this. You can then sign up for an account. It gives you a 2-week free trial, which is good enough to understand everything. You can also host this yourself. This does require some technical expertise, but that's one way. If you're a small business or you have the ability to host it, then you can pretty much use it unlimited as much as you want. Now, why are we looking at n8n? Isn't there anything by Gemini or Google or anything that we can directly plug in? Right now, there isn't as good as a workflow system from pretty much anybody. The big players are n8n and Make.com, and I think Gumloop. Microsoft is trying some of their workflows through Dynamics, so they've kind of complicated life with enterprise-level solutions. And Google has launched something that is smaller, but you can only connect it to things that are within Google. So if you want to do things like send emails, connect to LinkedIn, connect to Instagram, pretty much your options are limited to n8n and 2-3 other players. So that's the reason why we're looking at n8n, and we'll be looking at that quite seriously. Okay, so I'll just give a 5-minute timer for everybody to sign up with n8n. In fact, let me see if I can sign up with a fresh account as well. So go ahead and click that link and then sign up. So we will do let me find an email I haven't used in a while. Okay. So I'll just spend like a minute just logging in and signing up, just so you guys can see what to expect. I just went to n8n.io and I clicked on just a free trial. I am now typing my email over here. And then it'll ask me to just verify my email. And n. Okay. And if that doesn't work, then I will switch to something that I prepared earlier, which is this guy. Sign in. Okay. All right. Now we all watch me struggle with getting this free trial growing. Although I did just get that going about an hour back. So as you can see, this can happen to anybody. There you go. There it is. So I've just signed in. I gave my email. I clicked on Start Free Trial, and it sent a verification key to my email. Just using my personal email. I will just create one here. Start my 14-day free trial. Yes, please. Save password. Sure. It's going to ask you a couple of questions, which we can ignore. Will I build something? I do have to type everything, but I'm just showing how this works. Invite team members and skip. It's going to start this up. And start automating. Okay, so just to recap, go to https .io, sign up for basic monthly plan, free 14-day trial, give your email, get OTP from email, fill out the questionnaire randomly. Doesn't matter. See the welcome page. Okay. All right. So pause here for everybody to get your hands dirty on this. We'll set a 5-minute timer on this process. Let me just so just keep dropping in stuff in the Q&A if you're stuck. I'll just keep talking through this. And looks like it took about a minute for the OTP to come in. So otherwise that wasn't an issue. Just give a thumbs up when you're done. We will wait for pretty much everybody to do this because, okay, a couple of good thumbs ups. In case you're not able to see the emails, sometimes what might happen is it might go to your spam. So in the search, just type this in all N8N, and it might have gone to your spam. So just try that. Although I see it has gone to the inbox. It takes a minute, I think, for the OTP to come. Okay, good. Good number of thumbs up. So fairly straightforward. Hopefully that was an easy sign up, etc. If you're finding it challenging, just type in where you're stuck at. Good to see a lot of thumbs up. By the way, I feel really happy that I get to hang out with you guys. Like at least 170 of you every Sunday. We're a good community, I think. So thank you. Okay, another 3 minutes. Again, just signing up, not too hard. If you're having issues, it's okay. Just post that you're having issues. It is important we get through this, and we'll get through this together, as we all do. Yes, right now it is people who know AI and people who don't know AI. Again, the car analogy, but in the future it'll be humans versus robots. So I want to make sure I have as many human friends as possible before it gets to that point. Okay, anyone still stuck? I could see, I haven't given any prompts yet. You just need to sign up and just kind of go into the page. So let me see if this guy can work. Yeah. So the first time you come in, it'll likely ask you whether you wanted to create a new one or use an example. If it gives you that sort of option, then you can use the example. Yeah, there should be two options: start from scratch or use an example, or do a live demo sort of thing. Pick the one that says use the example. So let me see if I can quickly recreate that. Not the time, guys, not the time. So you should see something like this when it says start with an example. Let's see if I can get something else going on this side. Let me know if you can see something like this, guys. Just give me a thumbs up. It's a bit slow. Okay. What are the options that you guys are seeing? You should see something like start with an example or kind of make your own. Yep. Build your first AI agent. So I'm not sure if there's different versions of what you're seeing. Let me just try once again in real time. All these accounts, I think I've burned through pretty much. Okay, that's gonna work. All right, I'm gonna do it again. So I'm doing it again. If you guys want to just follow along, the fresh account and in all N8N. Send magic link. Check my email. It's taking its time, by the way. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, and in all. Yes. No, that's not it. Okay, a couple of you are getting past me, so that is very positive to see. Anyone not seeing anything at all after signing in? Anyone stuck at getting the OTP email? Yes, I realize this is slightly annoying to some of you. You're like, I just want AI to do everything. Why am I doing all this sign-up process? Yes, hopefully one day. Okay, let's see where this is guy. This guy is not coming. Okay, free trial. I get one last shot of this, otherwise I will pick up with the account I've already created. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right, there we go. Shown. Sure, start an account. No, finish it, creating an account. Sure. Sure. Not yet. Okay. Hopefully you're seeing why this requires 2 sessions. Oh, I will skip this. Okay. So I am now getting into this. It's setting it up for me. This is a fresh account, so most of you will be exactly like this. Okay, if you guys can see my screen, I'm doing this fresh. So some of you are like 1-2 steps ahead of me. Some of you hopefully you've caught up by now. Okay, start automating. Okay. And good. So you should be seeing something like this. There's different templates. They start from scratch. You can see there's different guys, but let's just click on build your first agent. And try template. Just give me a second, guys. This is slightly different to what it was literally 10 seconds, 1 hour ago, as it does happen. Okay. Okay, so just to follow along what I've just done, go ahead and click on build your first agent, if you can see that. And then it'll give you an option to generate a first AI agent, etc., etc. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Ignore all of that, and let's just click on try template. Okay, so just to repeat, I was here on the welcome page, build your first AI agent, and I clicked on that, and then I clicked on try template. Okay. Interesting. Okay, now it does say something, Gemini, workflow, something. We'll just close that for now. So just ignore this guy of setting a template. Okay. All right, let's see what this is. Now, first of all, ideally you should have gotten to this point. If you see new agents, build your first agent. Okay, some of you are struggling with this, so just to repeat, once you've logged in, you should be able to go to your overview over here. Just click on the home icon. It should say something like build your first agent, etc. Right? So if you have logged in, click on the home icon and then build your first agent. Anyone still struggling not to see the home icon? Build your first agent. And then try template. It does say set up a template. We'll ignore that. Okay. What are you seeing? Somebody just thumbs down. Mixed bag. Okay. Windows flows are different from Apple. There shouldn't be that different if you're looking at the n8n Cloud, in fact. Okay, run live demo. Okay, yeah. Workflows. Looks like we are all experiencing the non-deterministic flows of this. All right. There's a nice panda on the group. Just if you can post any blockers in WhatsApp as well. So some of you are seeing on the, okay, yeah. Can you zoom out and just show me what you're seeing at the beginning? So if you go back to your home, you should be able to see something that says home, something that does look like this if you expand it out. If you're not seeing home, I mean, it's called overview over here. Just confirm that you're able to see this. Yes. There is an overview. Okay, yes. Some of you are seeing certain different things. Click on template if you do see template. Okay, I'm seeing your messages now. Apologies for that, guys. Click on template, and there should be different. Looks like we're being A/B tested, guys. with different flows. So overview, click on template. There should be something called build your first agent. So just try and find templates. Joshua, you're seeing workflow agents. Yeah, that's the one. Home icon will be on the top left. Okay. Looks like they are playing around with a different kind of. Click on workflow agents if all you're seeing is workflow agents. Yes. Okay, unable to see templates. Okay, your first agent. Okay, some of you are seeing that. Good, good. I'm looking at what you guys are posting. There's different agents. Yes. If you are not seeing overview, in the overview right in the middle of the screen, it does say template or start from template. Yeah, okay. If you guys are completely stuck, can you guys raise your hand? I will go ahead and pull you up for a quick conversation and you can share your screen. Yes, yes. By the way, don't worry, this is literally the second hardest thing with AI agents. It does get easier. It does get a lot easier from here. Okay, a couple of you. Okay, a lot of people who are having some struggles. It's okay, guys. We'll spend maybe 5-10 minutes on this. If you are completely stuck, hopefully, yes. Hey, guys. Yeah, I'm just making you guys join. Can you share your screen if you can?
Hi, Vishal. I don't seem to have an option of sharing my screen here.
Likewise, Vishal.
1 second. Make a presenter. Oh, that's the one. Okay. Okay, making some of your presenters. So just see if you can share now. Okay, presenter. Just check if you are now able to present. There's probably 3 or 4 different things that are happening. I guess if we sort those out, pretty much everyone should be able to follow along. Make a presenter.
Where do I share the screen, Vishal?
Just making some of you guys presenters. Lokesh, if you are on, can you help just make everybody a presenter? And those of you guys who are on WhatsApp and can see where others are stuck on, I appreciate if you can unblock each other.
Vishal, where do I share it? Vishal,
Yeah.
are you able to hear me?
Yeah, can you check now?
Yeah, I can share. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just marking everybody can present something. Again, for those of you who have already done it, please do suggest how you got to this point. Looks like N8N is kind of throwing different screens just to kind of test different people's experiences, as that's how life is. Some of us get the easy road, some of us get the road that teaches us a lesson. Okay.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, who was that?
Yeah, Shankar here.
Yeah. Shankar, you're presenting something? Yes, we can see you.
Hi Vishal, Gaurav here.
Hey, Gaurav.
I'm not able to get the option to present my screen, but what I'm saying is I have already posted a link where this template is available. There is a button used for free, and once anyone clicks that, it will be added to the workspace of N10.
That's
on
great.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah, so that will be easy way if they're not finding it on the home screen. I've also put it on the chat.
Sure. Perfect. Thanks, Gaurav.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaurav just posted a link if you can possibly click on that.
Gaurav link is working for me actually, so I got that.
Okay.
I'm reposting.
Okay, good. Ideally, everyone should be equally frustrated with seeing the Gemini pop-up, and we'll just ignore that for now. But I'll explain this. So as long as you can see a version of this, okay. And Joshua, you're saying you're seeing. Joshua, can you click close and then show what you're seeing there? Thanks, Gaurav. I really appreciate that. And this is the first time I know for everybody here, so don't worry if you're not gotten it yet. We will get there together. And today's outcome is just literally one thing. That's all we'll be explaining today. But this itself is just the awareness of this puts you in the 0.0005% of all people.
Hi, Vishal.
Hey.
Hi, Govind here. I don't see an option to share, but yeah, I can unmute myself here now.
Let me make you a presenter.
Yeah, I can see an icon. Yeah, I can see an icon.
Okay.
Sharing my window.
Okay, great.
Right.
At the bottom it says template, just in the
This
below
one?
the chat box on the right side. Yeah.
This one, right?
Yes, that's the one.
So it takes me to this page.
Thanks you that page. Okay. Okay. Can you click on the link that Gaurav sent? No different than I thought.
This is the link.
Yeah, click on that. Use for free. Yeah, import the first one. are at the right place right now. Just close this for now. Just close this little pop-up. Okay, good. Okay, good. I think you.
That's good.
This, yeah, perfect. All right. Anyone else who's not at this point where you could see
Yeah,
that?
Vishal, this is Umesh here. Vishal, I was able to log in and I was able to click on overview tab. However, I was getting a different screen altogether.
So, Umesh, I've just given you screen share access. Whether if anyone else is stuck, we'll just be unstucking a couple of you, but I suspect there's only 3 or 4 different variations of this. So Umesh, can you share your screen? I've given you presenter access.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see your screen, Umesh.
Yeah.
And yes, you click that. Use for free.
I need to sign in. Oh, use for free.
At the that's the one. Click on the first one. Import template. Just the first one. Yeah. And yes, you're at the Google thing. Close. Just close this pop-up. We don't need to worry about that for now. Yeah.
I was not getting this page.
Yes. So you're good now. You're good. So you can just close this. Yeah. Perfect. Cool. You can see the guy with his hands on his side. That means you're in a good place. Don't worry about the error messages. I will break down each of these different things. No. Okay. Anyone else who did not get there? Let me see if we can allow them to talk.
Able to come to this page.
Yeah. So you're on a good page. If you can see the guy doing this, or that general your first AI agent, then you're in a very good place. You're exactly where you need to be.
Vishal, I want to share my screen.
Yes. Let me just give you sharing access in a second. Please go ahead and share your screen now.
Yeah. I'm looking for share screen tab. Oh, no.
Is there
Copy.
that little square with the right?
Sharing screen is not happening.
Is there at the bottom there should be a little box with a arrow?
Yeah, well, one is mute, the another is question and answer, then false, then reactions, and enter full screen, etc. No sharing.
Can you try now?
No share option, not yet. Share, yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allow to share screen. Okay, now let me just show you what I want. Is this okay?
Yes. Click on the first one. Yeah, click on that. Build your first AI agent.
Here.
Yes, click on that.
Is that fine?
Use for free. That it's your use for free. And click on the first one. Import template. Yeah.
Okay.
And you should see the Gemini pop-up, which you will ignore conveniently. Yes. Just
Yeah,
close
Google
it.
Gemini chat model.
Perfect. You can close this now. Just close it. We'll ignore it. Okay.
So
Cool.
this is our starting point.
Yes, you are. You're on the correct place where you.
So I hold it here till the class starts, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So I want
thanks.
everybody who is joined today to come to this point. This is only the second hardest thing we will do. Storytelling skills. What is the first hardest thing? Dun, dun, dun.
Vishal, can you share my screen?
Let me see. Sorry, who was that?
Shankar here.
Shankar, let me just make you a presenter. You should be able to share now. Yeah, Shankar, can you check now? There should be an option. Shankar, if you can check now, there should be an option to share.
I'm not seeing that option.
I think it is sharing.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
If you were able to follow what's happening on WhatsApp as well as on this, and you got to the point where you see the Google chat thing.
Can you see my screen, Vishal?
Yes, I see your screen. I see myself.
So I went to this. This is where I am.
Okay, wow. Yes. All right. On the left side, click on workflow agents.
Yeah.
No, it really doesn't do this. Okay. Can you click on the link that was shared on the group to import a template?
This one?
Let's share this one.
Not that one.
This one?
Please scroll down.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, the one
Oh.
location just pasted. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay, click on use for free. And you are not signed in. There should be an option to sign in. Just click on get started free with N8N Cloud. I think if that's should just sign you in and import with the template. Yes, perfect. You can see the Gemini. Okay, now you can close this for now. Okay. All right, that's good. You're in the place we want you to be, so you're perfect. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Vishal.
No, thank you. Interesting. It seems to be switching between different servers and different kind of versions. Anyone else? You should have the ability to unmute and ask a question. If you're not able to.
Can you hear me now? Srinivasan.
Hi, Srinivasan. Let me make you a presenter so you can see. But for those who got to this point, just read through the notes. If you want, you can watch the YouTube video, but I will explain this in detail. So, but just read through the notes. Okay. Yep. Srinivas?
I'm sharing my screen. Just a minute. See my screen?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just click on that accept all at the bottom left to get rid of it, and then click on use for free. First one, import template into Cloud Workspace. Yeah. And the Gemini pop-up should come. Cool. Now just close this for now. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Yep, this is where you need to be. Just read through each of these steps just while everybody's joining in. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else, please unmute yourself and I can make you share screen, but hopefully I think we've got enough examples of the different flows. Yes, and it's the first time you do this, you will feel it's like, okay, that was a lot of steps. Afterwards, you'll kind of blindly just be like, click, 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 click. It'll just happen. Okay. Just my mental model of learning things. Usually when you're learning things for the first time, just go back to when you used to learn driving, right? You didn't know what was important, what was not important. So everything hits your head at the same time. And you're like, I don't know whether the street light is important, the cyclist is important, the grass is important, etc. With practice, you pretty much don't even have to look at everything around you. You just look at, say, one car ahead of you. Even some people drive by instinct. So that's how all of this is going to be. The first time you see all of this, it's going to be a lot of things to click on. The second time you do it, fewer things. And the third time you're like, oh, I know exactly what to do. Click, 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 click. If you are good, you come to the Gemini kind of box, close that box, and then just stay there for a minute. I will join you guys. If you are done, you can lower your hand, and I will continue with this session. We're at 5 o'clock, so we've got another hour, but we'll focus on sort of one use case as I walk you through this. Okay.
Hello, Vishal.
Hello.
Can you share my screen?
Yes, just a second. I'm making you presenter so you can see. Yes, go ahead. You should be able to see now. You should be able to share.
Hello.
Are you able to share now?
Yes. I have done.
Okay. So the NA10.
It is not coming on screen.
I can see myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I go here? I will go
Yes.
here.
Yeah. Click on
I
that.
can click here.
Yes, click there. Yeah, click Ebilia first, and then click on use for free.
I have already signed in.
Which is good. Now click use for free on the left side.
Yeah. I click.
And
Use
first,
template.
yeah, import template. That's right.
This is?
Yes, perfect. You can close this one. Just close the pop-up, and then you should see the page everyone should hopefully be on. Okay. And you can zoom in, zoom out. You can kind of see where things are. Okay. Perfect. You're exactly where you need it to be. Well done. Anyone else not at this point? It's okay if you're going a little slower. This is what we budgeted for. If you're not able to see what we're seeing right now, then you'll need to follow the steps on WhatsApp, but this is where you should be. Okay, if you're not able to see, just raise your hand and you can get on and you can walk through this. Okay, good. I think pretty much everyone has then come on. Okay, there's somebody else who just joined. If you are still stuck, just observe what's being shared. Yep, I've just enabled you guys to speak. And yes, AI is a little finicky as of Feb 15th, 2026. But it's important we get this mental model into your head so that you can start thinking in terms of workflows. Okay, I brought everybody who raised their hands to speak. Another 2 minutes of unblocking, and then I'll explain this entire AI agent.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear. Sorry, who's that?
Girish here.
Hey, Girish.
Hey, quick.
Girish,
Can I
just present you if you want to share your screen.
Yeah.
By the way, I appreciate folks on the group unblocking each other on WhatsApp. You guys are phenomenal. Girish, you're sharing your screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing. All right, I'm here.
Okay, good. So there's a link that was shared in the chat, if you can, or in the Q&A one, if you can click on the chat from Lokesh. I'll just paste this.
In my case, Connect Gemini is not happening.
Yes, if you see the Connect Gemini, just close the pop-up. We will not be doing the Gemini integration, so don't worry about that.
So Vishal, I also got the same screen, and then I click on the new workflow and just gives me blank white page.
Sorry, just a second. Can you click on? Ram, you're sharing your screen, right? Can you click on the link that I just pasted in the group chat or in the Q&A section?
Okay.
to here. Sachi is on a slightly different workflow.
Girish, can you please click on the link posted on the chat?
Okay, I'm just clicking.
Click here.
Vishal, you are asking me to share?
Yeah, we're sharing a link on WhatsApp, and here it's called Build Your First AI Agent. So Girish,
Yes, I'm just getting there.
I can only see what do you want to automate. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, got it.
That says,
Got it. Okay, got it. Okay, perfect. This is where I get to now.
click on Open Instance. Click on template or templates. If you actually click on the link that's being shared on WhatsApp or on the...
I just clicked on that. A second, let me... Use for free. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that pop-up is a terrible import. Yes.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yes, perfect. Gemini chat. Go away. Okay, good. You're perfect. You're good. All right. Anyone who hasn't got to that point, yes. If you've seen the Gemini pop-up and closed it, that's where you need to be. Please raise or drop your hand. I'm just unmuting everybody so you can speak. Anyone want to speak? Dr. Seema? Thanks so much, Govind, for responding. Anyone else? So if you've got your answer clarified, some of you have your hands still up. So I have enabled mic on for everybody who's raised their hand. Yes. So if I click the link that's being shared, and I click on use for free, it should either ask me to get started with the cloud or insert template. Both of them should basically push the template back into my flow. Yes, Dr. Seema. Would you like to share your screen, Dr. Seema? We can go through the flow together. I'm not able to hear you fully. Dr. Seema, I've given you permission to share. Can you share your screen? Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Click on start a free trial if you've not already created an account. Yeah, click on that and give your email. Personal email should be fine. Anybody who hasn't got this link, you can get Dr. Seema. We'll do it together with her. Okay, verification link. Thanks so much, guys, for answering on WhatsApp. Thanks, Govind. You have to give another SEMA something. The account is already in use. There's an alert over there. You can put SEMA test account.
It lost for a numeral also.
There is a space in between, so we have the space. And another space second.
You must add some numerical character. One numerical character is required.
Just try now. Yeah. There's a space at the end. Maybe remove that and just, or Seema Yadav, Seema 1 Yadav 2. This is a throwaway account, so that's fine. Yeah. There might have been some other Seema Yadav. Okay. Yeah, just click on the first answer. It's okay. This is just a option survey, so it's just doesn't matter. There's no. Just click on the first option for everything. It doesn't make a difference.
Even click OK, it will be okay.
Yeah, click OK.
Without checking in any.
Oh, thanks.
The options and go off.
Not yet. Just click OK. I think it shouldn't need anything. Sure, Google. Skip. Skip here. Okay. Click on Start Automating. Right. Okay, just click on, actually you can click on Run Live Demo. Click on Run Live Demo. Try and do something similar, which is fine. Okay, this is one such output. Just, now there's a link that's being shared in the Q&A. If you can find that.
If you go click on template,
yeah,
that link will come.
Yeah, click on templates.
Template.
To a left, no, below. Down, left side.
Left side. Yes, template.
Click on templates, yeah.
Click template.
All right. Click on templates.
I think template is not clicked.
On the left side of the sidebar, Dr. Seema, are you able to click on templates?
Left side bar, bottom.
We can only see the NA10 flow. Dr. Seema, you're sharing only the NA10 flow. We're not able to see the templates that you clicked on. I think you've showed only the tab, not the entire window. So we're not able to...
Then that screen will display.
Yeah.
Maybe there is some connection issue.
Yeah. Maybe can you stop sharing and reshare your entire desktop? All right, another couple of minutes and then I will explain the example they've given. Okay. Dr. Sima, you're sharing your screen again? Okay. Yeah. Can you click on the link that was shared in the chat? And by the way, you can see only this one, Dr. Sima. So we'll get Dr. Sima unblocked and then we'll continue. Dr. Sima. Dr. Sima, we can't hear you and you're only showing us the technical teams get started for free. Just in the interest of time, I'll continue the session. We'll come and unblock you after this, okay? Okay, all right. What have we gotten so far? What was all that trouble for? I thought AI was supposed to make our life easier. Why did we spend so much time on this? I think we will go on mute. We will remove, yeah, go on mute, just lowering everybody's hands once again. Keep posting up if you're stuck on WhatsApp. And once I've done this session, I'll just explain what we're seeing here and get this working. And that's pretty much the session for today, as well as homework. So don't worry, this is going to be a fairly simple first lesson. And then next week, we're going to come back and start adding more to this as well. Okay. So if you guys can see my screen, just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. This one will be fine. Okay, cool. All right, so what do we have over here? So this is an AI agent. Yay! Okay, so what does this mean? And these guys have done a fairly good job of explaining what this is. It is some sort of chatbot that gets some information, sends emails, automate tasks, something like that, right? He's calling it a chatbot that does a couple of things. Now, first let's understand what this AI agent box is, right? I'll explain how my mental model of what an AI agent is in kind of how I look at it. So an AI agent, broadly, if you see, is almost like what a human would have, right? So what does a human have? It's something to receive an input and trigger by something, right? So I can call your name, that's a trigger. I can send you an email, that's a trigger. I can, when you click on a website, that's technically a trigger to the computer, right? For a human, it's getting an email, getting a call, getting a message, getting an Instagram message, getting a LinkedIn message. These are all triggers, right? So just think of a trigger as something like either what you see or what you hear. Then what happens when you hear your name and somebody says, hey, send me a summary of an email, right? So imagine the task is send a summary of an email. And you either hear it or you read an email. Then you will, in your head, you will figure out, oh, I need to read an email and I will send that email. So that's kind of your brain processing that the LLM is doing. And now you have the tools, which are things that you can use with your hands and feet. Mostly hands. I guess we don't use too many tools with our feet. But you can open your mail. So if it's a physical mail, you'll open your mail. If it was your Gmail, you go open your Gmail, etc. But tools are things that allow the agent to interact with different systems. So a Gmail is a tool that it can send and receive emails. Instagram is a tool, it can send and receive messages and posts. And tools can also be like your SAP system, any ERP, HubSpot system, if you have a hospital management system, that could be a tool as well. So pretty much anything that your agent can connect to is what we call a tool. So broadly, if you see like this human anatomy over here, there's your senses, those are your triggers. There's the intelligence, which you kind of put in the middle here, but I guess it's in the brain area. The context, which we will not get into at this point, but the tools. So triggers, intelligence, and tools. So these are kind of the three layers of an AI agent. Now, if I go back to my agent that I made over here, where's this guy? There you go. So if you see over here, I've got some box here that says your first AI agent, right? Now, I really like how N8N has created this box. There are a lot of more complicated AI agent systems that try to do a lot of complicated things, but these guys have done a really good job in sort of separating how I think about even AI agents as of today. And there's, if you see here, if you count them, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sort of 2 circles and 3 diamonds, right? That's how many are there in this AI agent. This is like the AI that does like all the heavy lifting. And let's understand these 5 little dots. On the left side of the dot of the first one is the input, right? So there's something that happens on the left side of your AI agent that works before coming to your AI agent. This is what we call an input node. And this input node could be anything. It could be a chat, it could be an email, it could be another AI agent output that is being sent to your AI agent over here. So the input is like you reading a mail or you hearing your name, right? So that's your input area. Now, if you come down here in this AI agent flow, it says chat model. Now, I did mention that you have all the software here, but all the thinking part is typically one of the LLMs or one of the chats systems provided by OpenAI, Gemini, Claude, etc. Right? So when we're building AI agents, we're not building an entire massive LLM from scratch. And an LLM is what you see when what you experience when you open up Gemini to chat with it, or ChatGPT or chat with it, right? So we're not creating ChatGPT, but we're connecting to ChatGPT. And how do we connect? Using the chat model. Now, this particular setup, it actually connects to Gemini, but we're gonna use a little thing that N8N gives us for trial to connect. So this is what.
Hey Vishal, sorry to interrupt here. Mr. Patel, can you please go on mute? We're hearing a lot of interference actually. Thank you. There's somebody else too.
Yeah, Lokesh, can you mute everybody else? I think. Yeah. Lokesh, can you look after that? Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I will.
Sure. Okay. Thanks for that. Okay. So as I mentioned, in the AI agent, input, your ears, and then the chat model is the brain. Now, I'm going to make certain changes, so please follow along. So if you see here, when you first loaded it, it said something like Gemini and something. Gemini is actually one of the better models at the moment, but we're part of the free trial with N8N, so let's use some of the AI credits that it's given us. So I'm going to click delete first, so you guys follow along. This is important. So I'm going to click delete. So if I move my mouse between the first diamond and this Gemini, there's going to be a delete icon. You don't see it normally, but if you move your mouse on it, it's going to show that delete. So if you click on that, there. I have now removed the brain. How many of you guys are brain surgeons? I'm not expecting really any answer.
It's a good one.
So I removed the brain, right? That's how quick that was. But now I'm going to add a brain, because an AI agent without a brain is really not doing anything. So now if you see here, there's a plus icon, and I click the plus. Oh, something has come on the right side. What is this? Let's see. Now it says language models, right? So language models, we know them as ChatGPT, as Gemini, and there are a lot of them. And you can see, whoa, that's a lot more. I didn't even know there was a Lemonade model. Now I'm thirsty. Thank you. So these are all the different models that N8N connects to, and that's one of the benefits of something like N8N. We use different models for different purposes.
Which plus you were referring to, Vishal, if I may interrupt?
First plus. So there's a chat model.
Yeah. Okay.
then you-
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
If you click the plus there, you will see this. So
Yeah.
let me just quickly screen grab that for reference. Right. Okay. So click on the plus and you'll see models. Now at the bottom, there will be an OpenAI chat model, which is what we want. So we're going to use this one. Let me just paste that into WhatsApp. So there, got it. Now click on that OpenAI. And you guys click on the plus on the chat model and then OpenAI. And I've just pasted on WhatsApp how I've done that. Okay. And hopefully, if you've done this correctly, you will see get 100 free OpenAI credits. I'm going to click claim credits. That's all I've done. So I've just clicked on claim credits. And now if you see, you get some free 100 credits for some models. Again, let's not worry too much about it. But what I'm going to do is just to conserve my funds, I'm going to change the model to GPT 4.1 Nano, because that's the cheapest model that these guys have. And again, this is getting probably 5% deep into the full capabilities, but this is like the basics of setting up an AI agent. And again, I fully expect that a lot of tools will come in the next few years, which will make some of this less difficult or less technical. But it's important that you understand how this works so that when you see an agent in the future, you'll be like, oh, what model are they using? Oh, what tools are they using? Because that's the mental model you should have. So just to repeat, this is an important step. Click on the plus next to the chat model. Below that, scroll down. There's an OpenAI. There should be an option to get free credits. Click on claim the credits, and then choose Nano, Gemini Nano, GPT Nano, and I'll just close it for now. That's it. There's no need for a save button. Every change is automatically saved. So if you've done this along with me, you should have seen that it says OpenAI chat model, your first AI model, and everything else looks more or less fine. Okay. So we discussed these 5 nodes.
I think I missed the last step. I'm not able to add it back into the this thing here.
Yeah. So when you clicked on the plus icon,
I got that
and then you
option
click
here.
on OpenAI,
Yeah.
and then you click on claim,
Okay.
and then it should
Done.
have created this OpenAI. I'm just going to choose Nano,
Okay. Yeah, that also I've done. Yeah.
and then I'll click close,
Oh.
or I can click escape or close. It should take me back here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And yeah, that was pretty much the hardest part. So I'll explain the rest, and then we'll do a quick chat of what it does, and then we'll that's pretty much it for today. Okay, so we saw the 5 nodes. In fact, why don't we just see what we have here? Now, before I explain the next 3 nodes, let's just come back to this example chat and click on Open Chat. Wow, everything's changed. So if I click on Open Chat, you should see a chat over here. Do you guys see the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, let's click on Hi. So now in this chat, just type Hi. The agent node is not supported. Well, that's disappointing.
Did you say hide?
Just a second. Looks like this particular workflow, which I thought was going to work, isn't going to work. Okay. This is the problem with AI as of today. Okay. So sorry, guys. I'm going to make you guys do even harder work by building this from scratch. Okay. Quick reset here. Let me just explain the steps, and then we will come back to stitching this together. Okay. So for every AI agent, there's basically this node where you have something on the input, something on the output, which is on the right side, which we don't need as of today. You have a chat model, like I said, the brain of the entire AI agent. Then you have something called memory, and you have something called tool. Now, memory over here refers to just remembering what it last spoke about. And this is something we take for granted when we're using, WhatsApp or we're chatting with somebody, that they remember what you said. But imagine an AI agent that every time you sent a message, it doesn't remember who you are, right? So when we're building something, we need to make sure that we're adding some memory. And the memory can vary from like just a short-term memory, like the same conversation, or effectively a long-term memory where it's connected to a database or it's connected to some files, etc. In this particular example, it just has short-term memory, which is it'll remember what it said in the conversation, right? So when we think of brain, we normally think of the intelligence and memory as together in human beings, but when it comes to AI, they're two separate things, where there's the intelligence, which comes through the model, and there's memory, which comes through this memory node over here. And now, probably the most useful part of AI is the tools that it has access to. And tools are really something that are a game changer when it comes to AI as of today, right? So if you look at the tools that it has given us at the moment, it says weather and get news. These are kind of like simple tools, like it can pull the weather from somewhere, it can get the news from somewhere, etc. Right? So these are some of like today's tools that we'll quickly look at. But any system in the world, over time, people are building tools that can connect to it. So Instagram is a tool, WhatsApp Business is a tool, and there's different tools that are there, etc. By the way, requesting everyone to go on mute. I'm not sure if somebody's still not unmuted. If we can just get everybody muting, that would be good. Yeah, okay. So now we've seen sort of these AI agents over here, and for some reason this particular one version is not working. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, which is we're going to replace this node and do, add the node in here. Now, like I said about driving, when the first time you see it, everything is important, all these icons, everything. For me, because I've seen this so often, I just know that this plus icon on the top right is the most important thing for me. So what does this plus icon do? It gives me an access to adding nodes onto the editor. Okay, so just click on the plus icon on the top right of the screen. And you'll see different options. Do you want AI? Do you want an action? Do you want some manipulation? Do you want a human review? Do you want a trigger? So these are all different nodes that you can add to your workflow that'll do something or the other. In this case, I'll just click on AI, and then I'll click on AI agent.
Vishal, sorry to interrupt. I think there are many people still whose mute is off, right? I mean, mute is not on, I can see. Now, when we look at the recording, your voice will be a little difficult to follow. Can we address that quickly?
Sorry about that. Guys, looks like there's still a lot of disturbance.
I see Mohan VK, I see. I see Sudhir Shetty, mute off.
Sorry about that, guys.
Can you make everyone muted?
That option is not there. I am manually making everybody mute. Vishal, you go on. I am doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, you have the editor sort of, as you see over here. I see the plus icon. I click on that nodes panel. There's different things I can add. I'm going to click on AI. You can see my screen, right? Yeah, click on AI. And I'm going to click the first one, which is AI agent. And now it's taken over my screen. Uh-oh. Now I'm confused at the moment. There's a lot of stuff happening, but just to go back, I'll just click on close, and I'll see that I've got an AI agent box here. So just to repeat, there was nothing over here. I just deleted it. I clicked on plus. I clicked on AI agent. I click on AI. Then I clicked on AI agent, and I just closed this. That's all. I didn't do anything. I didn't edit anything. So this is effectively a replica of what's over here. So now I'm gonna just to get this going, I'm going to connect this chat to here. Again, these are some new things you might be seeing and be like, okay, what just happened? Don't worry about it. What I've just done is I clicked on this circle from here and I've connected it over here. So I click and I drag and I drop it here. By the way, yes, this is a lot easier than learning to write code. So when they say low code, and some of you might have even pitched, hey, let's build a low code system that can do this. This is low code. This is dragging and dropping, connecting two different things. That's as low code as it gets. Okay, so there's some chat over here, and I've kind of put this as a connector over here. In fact, what I'm going to do is over here, I'm going to replace this with this. So when I have this in my new AI agent, I've got chat model. In fact, I can just click on that plus, click on OpenAI chat model, and it's already set to the NA10 free credits. I am going to choose the nano one because it's a tiny one. So I'm going to click that, and that's over here. Okay. By the way, you can see here this example chat is still connected to the first one, so I'm just going to delete that for now. Okay, for those who weren't following, I'll quickly repeat that. I'm just going to go to an empty space just so you can see. In fact, let me just delete this guy. I clicked on the plus. I clicked on AI. I clicked on AI agent. And it says connected something. I'm not going to change anything for now. I'll just click on close. And then I had this example chat, which I'm going to drag from over here. I can drag it from here, or I can drag it from the plus. Either one is fine. I'll drag it from here. This was earlier here. I just moved it up. And the chat model, again, I'm going to add the intelligence. So I click on the plus, and I click on OpenAI. And then I let this be. It's got free credits, and I click on nano. Okay, so that's pretty much it. There's a chat, there's a agent, there's a model. So now you kind of have almost the very basic ingredients of a simple chatbot with no special abilities, right? So it's a kid that's kind of has a brain, it has a chat. That's all we're looking at. It's not a lot at the moment. But let's see what it can do. So I'll click on this open chat. And let's see if now it'll allow me to chat. Yes. So by the way, the example that we downloaded, for some reason, it was out of date. So that's why we're also just recreating it. But I have recreated or created the chat agent over here, where you have example chat, AI agent, and then the OpenAI model. And then I clicked on the open chat, and then I just typed hi. And if you can see here, it says, hello, how can I assist you today? So for everybody on this call, if you're able to add your AI agent, connect it to OpenAI, and connect the chat window over here, just type hi and see if you can have a conversation. So just give okay, there's a lot of thumbs ups. So let's, for variety, go with a peace symbol if you could chat with this. Peace if you can chat with, not with me, with the AI. Yeah, okay, good. Oh, it even says, I'm doing well, how can I assist you? Now, at this point, you're kind of just recreated ChatGPT. Like, we're connecting to OpenAI's chat model, which is the maker of ChatGPT, and all it can do is chat with you, right? And it's in fact using like a lower model of it. So if you want to tell your friends, I created ChatGPT from scratch, you can claim that now. Congratulations. But let's see if we can do a little bit more, right? So now we've got the AI agent and we have chat model over here. Now, one of the beautiful things about how N8N works is that you can actually specify like its own personality. And some of you, ideally every one of you, should have created a Gemini Gem by now. And the same kind of personality that we used in a Gemini Gem, we can add over here. So if I double click on this AI agent, and now I click on add option and system message, you should see something that says you are a helpful assistant. That's the only system message that's over here. Now, I can change this, right? If you remember, you can say act like Steve Jobs, respond like Steve Jobs, act like, Stuart Jensen, and do whatever. In fact, you can change the system message to pretty much anything that you want in this chat. So in this case, I will just say, you are Steve Jobs with an Indian accent. I'm not sure how it will take it, but let's just see what it does. So I've just changed the system message. Again, how did I do that? I clicked on the AI agent, and then I clicked on add option, and there was an option for system message. And then I changed this to you are Steve Jobs with an Indian. Okay. And over here, it says I have to, it's giving me a little warning saying something has changed. I'm going to go ahead and click close. And now I'm here. Okay. So I hope you were able to follow that. Clicked on the agent, added the system message. Now my chat is still connected over here. And now I'll just type, hi, who are you? There you go. So now if you see, it says, hey, I'm Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple. I pioneered. How can I assist you today? Right? So again, you've now recreated Gemini Gems from scratch or custom ChatGPT, right? That's pretty much what you've done here. Is everybody able to follow this? Give me a piece if you were able to change the system message to whatever personality that you're giving, right? Okay. So we've covered so far 2 of the 3 parts of this. Now, because this is a chat system, again, the input might be anything. In this case, it's chat. It could be a form. It could be an email. It could be a WhatsApp message. It could be a LinkedIn message. So this on the left side are the inputs that can change, right? We're just using chat for today. We will not be doing any other integration today. If you want to play around with this, by all means, please do. We will do more integrations next session. I just want to get through the basic level chat with tools for today, okay? So chat is something that you can test here. Now, if you might be thinking, well, this is a chat and I want to use the chat somewhere else, you can publish this and you can share a chat link to somebody else. So you can actually, there is a way to just give this to somebody else if you want to share with somebody else. So if I double click, I click this link. So if I double click the chat, there's a chat URL. And because it says make it available publicly, I can actually paste that link and it will be here. Hi, who are you? It should say I'm Steve Jobs, right? So in case some of you were asking, oh, how do I create a chatbot with some custom data, etc.? This is one way you can do it. So coming back to this, so I published it. I'm not gonna, I can unpublish it. That's fine. I can hide it. So we looked at inputs as chat. We looked at the model and memory. So now over here, memory is not something we usually need on like a complex one. There's, if I click on plus for memory, I will just click on simple memory. Like this is pretty much 70 to 80% what you need is good enough And I clicked on that and I click on close, right? So what have I done? I'm adding memory by clicking that plus in the memory, clicking simple memory, and then just closing. That's all. What does this do? Let's double click on it and just see that again. It says context window length. How many past interactions the model receives a context. So what happens is every time you're chatting, it needs to send your chat message to the model, which is the brain. And so it can either send just the last message or it can send the last 5 messages, and so it'll know it better. If you want, you can send it the last 100 messages, etc. But the more you send, the worse it gets. And so this is where, from a technical perspective, you might need to, connect with some more advanced memory systems. But if you just want to build a simple chatbot where you're saying just remember the last few questions, simple memory is a good place to start. Okay, so go ahead and add a simple memory. So just click on that memory icon, simple memory, and I'm leaving it at 5 because we're just learning this. Okay. All right, now the most interesting part of an AI agent and the reason why they're valuable is the ability to add tools. So let's click on tools and see what all we get. Okay, so there's a couple of different tools we can connect it to. We can either, there's some AI agent tools which we can connect to another AI agent, etc. Don't click on that. Don't need to do that. Oops. You can call another workflow. So if you have a simple workflow, remember we discussed the 5 steps of stages of workflows. You can actually have another workflow that doesn't have any AI, but you can call it from here. You can write custom code, you can connect a website, etc. The thing that's very interesting for us is this one, action in an app. So if I click on this guy, now you can see a lot of brand names of different tools that some of you have been using. Right, so let's see some friends of ours that we might know. There's a Gmail tool, there's a Google Ads tool, there's a Google Analytics tool. Some of you have reached out saying, "Hey, can I build an agent that can connect to my Google Analytics and allow me to talk to it?" This is how you would do it. Right, there's a Google Calendar tool that again can connect to your Google Calendar and give you those inputs back. Again, I'm not doing any of that today. You can play around with it by next week. We'll look at a couple of them by next week. There's the Gmail tool where you can send emails. There's a Reddit tool. There's Salesforce. So if you guys are using Salesforce in your organization, you can connect to Salesforce using this. SendGrid for sending emails. Slack to send messages on Slack. Twilio if you want to send SMSs. And yes, so there's a lot of things. There's Shopify. There's WhatsApp Business. If you wanted to send WhatsApp businesses messages, you can do that as well. So there's a lot of different tools that you can connect to. I'm not get into these ones today. Okay, there's different ones over here. Now this particular chat, again, I'm keeping this very, very simple for today. It was an effort to get to this point, right? But after this, it gets a lot easier. So now we've done this chat and we've connected to an AI agent. We've got a chat model, we got memory, we got tools. I am not connecting to any tools for today, but you could connect to any API, any server, anywhere that has the ability to connect to another system. And we can do that. And finally, there's this last part, which is a output node. And the beauty of N8N, and this is the part that I want you guys to take away, is how to structure different workflows that may be triggered by a chat, and maybe there's a conversation here, and that would then go and do something else. Like, what can it do? I can do something like, okay, save the output of this conversation into a Google Sheet. You can do it. You can say, okay, here's a customer support. Let this have a conversation, and then push that entire conversation into my HubSpot, right? Or into my Salesforce. Or just send an email to me at the end of this. Like, you have a conversation and send me something at the end, right? So these are different outputs that you can do. And we are almost at time today. In fact, we're at 6. I don't want this to overflow for too long. But what I'll just do is I will just preview a couple of different workflows that we have at our company, and just quickly talk through them. In terms of hands-on stuff and homework will be just related to running this. Again, this is the hard part. It does get easier and harder in some ways. But as long as you have the mental model of something on the left side that is listening, that is receiving an input, something on the right side that can be an output to something else, and in the AI itself, you have the chat model, which is the brain, the memory, which again, it's like a notebook, and the different tools that you can connect to, which can be the universe of every other system outside of AI, outside of what you're seeing over here. Okay, so I will just open up a couple of flows. Oh, there's some cool slides as well, of course. Thanks, AI, for generating this. Yes, AI can hear and see. A human receives an email or waits for a phone call or a boss to shout. An agent will receive the triggers, so it's listening. Here it's listening for a chat, but it could be listening for an email. It could be listening for an update in your CRM. Triggers are the keyword over here that we're looking for. We talked about how the LLM works. Basically, instead of a human reading it, the LLM, like GPT-4, 5, etc., is reading it, and you can specify certain things to have a conversation on. We talked about the memory. Again, there's a simple memory, which is the simple chat. For today, that's all we need, and for like 80% of your use cases, that's good enough. The 20% is when you have the library and you need to connect it to some database. And then the coolest part of AI agents and what makes it, the cool agent thing that we want and dream is connecting to different tools. Okay, so let me just open up my actual company's one. The session will probably end in the next 10 minutes. Okay, so just as an example, there's one workflow called Chris. What is Chris? Chris is a meeting assistant that we've set up. In fact, if you see here, there's actually not a lot of AI over here. There's like one bit of AI that internally it manages and it does. But if you see here in this workflow, I've got something that's a trigger that every day at 7 a.m., again, this is a time trigger, it connects to my Google Calendar, and then it pulls the attendees. It then searches on Google for their LinkedIn. It then gets their LinkedIn profile, it scrapes their profile, and it sends me a mail with their profile details, right? So this is one workflow. Again, there's not really an AI in this. We have actually another version of this which is more advanced, and it can send out an email, something like, let's see this one, meeting dossier. Yeah, there you go. So this is the output of that, right? So every day, well, I guess timing is slightly off, but every day I get an email saying this is who I'm going to meet. Here's their profile. Here are some icebreaker things that I could talk about, like talk about their industry, talk about how the new trends are working, etc. Right? So every morning I get this email asking me to prepare for this. Oh, okay, I know why this email came in. So I've got actually two listeners. One is every day at 8 o'clock, but if the meeting was added suddenly in the next 12 hours, then I will get a meeting straight away. So in fact, that's the back end of this, which is the workflow like this. And the front end of that is actually a web application, which kind of looks like this, where it's actually pulling from my calendar, and then it's going and finding out their profiles. And in fact, this is all pulled from LinkedIn, where I'm getting their profiles and giving me a custom conversation starter icebreaker that I could have with them, etc. Right? So the backend is N8N, and there's some intelligence layer in sort of generating the summaries, etc. We've got a lot of a lot of these workflows that are literally running and keeping alive a lot of our business workflows. You can see some 70,000 workflows I'm going. Some of them have failed. That's a surprisingly large number, but there's different ones that we use for different kind of clients, etc. Okay, so just coming back to NA10 and what I want you guys to take away for today, we will wrap up shortly, is this is AI agent. This is the least sexy part. After seeing the whole visuals and images and graphics and all, and I guess the hype of what AI agent can do is, you know, is this it? This is all this does? Like, yes, as in that's, you know, kind of what you would expect the starting steps to look like. But when you start layering things is where magic happens. In fact, let me see Qflow Dev. I'll show you another one, which is a nice one that we use. So we use something that analyzes code that's coming in from CodeSnip. There you go. So if you can see this lovely flower, I call it a flower. These are all the projects that it is listening to from a code base perspective. So these are all different projects. All of them come to a single point. It figures out if there's any difference in the code. If there is some change, then call an AI agent. See, hopefully you will start seeing this as a very familiar thing. I've actually connected to Anthropic, which is very good for coding, and really no other tool. But if you see here the personality, instead of Steve Jobs, I've actually given a very detailed technical prompt, but just this one line is the secret sauce. Like this one sentence is worth like, I don't know, 100,000, 200,000. Like if it was a startup on its own. I'm not saying that this one sentence is, but as a product. But you can see here, analyze the difference, highlight any issues, mark any issues as high risk, right? Mark issues that may break the build or security risk as high. The key takeaway here is that I've not defined what a security risk is. I've just said, read the code and tell me if there's a security risk. In the past, 3 years ago, you had to define like 100 different possibilities and say, these are security risk high level, these are medium, these are low. That was what training used to be. Now, this one sentence alone is good enough to give me like 95% of the output that I want. And so if you see here, I can then, you know, connect it. If there is any issue, then send an email to all the people in this format, right? So this beautiful flow connects multiple projects, and then an AI agent reads the changes and sends an email. So this fundamental one step alone has so much power used in the right way. And you can find multiple users in pretty much any industry, any use case. And the power of it is in your hands. You guys have to figure out, okay, how do I get some input in? In this case, the input is code. In Chris's case, the input is my Google Calendar. There might be a customer who's bought some product. You can ask an AI agent to read what they've bought, where they're from, and send a customized thank you note. There might be a Google Analytics listener that says, hey, the volume of people who are visiting is fewer than last month. Can we create a custom, you know, marketing email and mail to people who have visited more than 1 month back, right? So think in terms of workflows and not in terms of, okay, what one AI can do. Because this little guy, all he can see is everything on the left, and all he can do is push stuff on the right. Okay, so for today, this is where we pause. We took our time to get to this, but this is extremely valuable. This is the first lesson I teach to our entire automation team and anyone who wants to do anything in AI, because this fundamental step is how AI works. And everything that you see with, I think you saw something about Claude, Cowork, and you know, other tools. This is basically what happens in the back end. Except the power of Claude, Cowork, and other tools like that is that they can access your files, right? So they can actually open up your computer, etc. So all it is the tool access that is making the power of this entire application. Otherwise, it's the exact same fundamental, where something has to come as an input, something goes as an output. There's a model, there's a memory, there's a tool. Okay, all right. That's pretty much it for today. If there's any other questions, there's a lot of disturbance. Sorry about that. By the way, if some of you are not seeing a published tool, it's probably because something over here, maybe the Gemini box is still connected. So anytime there's an issue with any of the boxes, it'll not allow you to publish because it says, hey, I have a problem here. In fact, you can delete all of these guys. You can watch this video as well. By the way, everything I've taught you, there's 90% of it will be available on the internet. What I've shown you about my company's workflows and especially the way we operate things that you will not find anywhere else. And the mental model, like I've seen at least a dozen different AI agent tools, Make.com, Gumloop, Google Opal, a lot of AI agent tools, but this is probably the one that I even still now have as a mental model. And I view every AI agent through this lens of, okay, what's the in, what's the out, what's the model, what's the memory, what's the tools? And if you kind of have this model in your head, this will make you kind of supercharged and ready for the future. Okay, questions. So for people who wanted to learn something new, I mean, there's always learning to be done, but this is where we're going to stop in terms of the concepts. Next week, what we're going to do is we're going to explore some of these tools, connected to Gmail, connected to Google Sheets, etc. And it's a very deliberate reason that we stopped here. I knew this was going to take 2 sessions. I'm glad. Thank you, everyone, for being so patient with everyone else, and especially people who were helping each other out on WhatsApp and on the chats. You guys are amazing. I mean, that's the power of the community. There will be things that are going to be easy for some of you and difficult for others. When we were talking about brain surgery, I'm sure some of you were like, yeah, I just finished and I came here, right? For them, that might not be a joke. So acknowledge that everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and we're all here to learn. So with that, I will stop and open for other Q&A. So you guys can raise your hands if you want to come on. If you guys have to go somewhere else to watch the cricket, you can do that. If you're meeting people at the cricket today, try and do some cool, take a photo, create a video with them, just to impress them. Just kind of shake their nerves a little bit. Please show off. Okay, hands up time. Yes.
Hi Vishal, Rajbir here. You showed your example of the that flower example, right? The large number of inputs. What are those inputs? Are these because you said compare these and identify issues. So what are these kind of inputs from your software system?
Yes. So so this is specifically for the software folks. If you can see my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the screen? Yeah. So what these are listeners connected to specific code bases. So every time there is a new request to merge the new code, it'll trigger. So it's listening for, oh, this is all like, let's say all of our dozen different projects. Which project, anytime there is some code change that is ready for review, then this N8N flow will trigger. And then it'll say, okay, get the change, analyze the change. So pull the change if there's a change, analyze the change for any risk, security issues, etc., and send an email summary to the people who are involved. So for example, let me see an older one, CodeSnape. Oh, that's why it's been failing. Okay, hi. Yeah. So this is an output of code. Basically says, yes, there was some code cleanup that was done. The risk level is medium. Here's the recommended changes. Test cases. So whenever a change is made, it actually recommends certain test cases to be tested so that even testers can know that, okay, I should fix this. possible issues, there's some changes, so the severity of that change would be quite high. And then it goes into other details of the code, exact code that was changed, right? So every single time somebody changes something in the code, I get an email of whether it's a high risk change or a low risk change, and what are the recommended things to check for. So this is just one example. Again, in the software industry, there are, in fact, CodeRabbit. There's some startup companies. That's why I said the value of this is so much, is that I can actually go online and pay for something like CodeRabbit and get $24 per user per month to do kind of 80-90 of the same thing. Yeah. Right.
So you have given. We have.
Sorry,
have given.
If you're not speaking, sir. Thank you.
Sorry. So have you given access to your code base to Anthropic, the Claude? So your Claude has access to your entire code base, because how would it be able to analyze the quality of change actually?
Yeah, so in this case, I've not given it access to the entire code base. So I've only given access to the changes that are being made for these projects. These projects, again, are internally controlled, etc. So it's only sending the changes, like what we call the differences, and then it's analyzing in the context of that. So there are more advanced systems that can analyze in the context of the entire code base. And so that's the valuation of that would probably be in the few millions, but this is only worth a few $100,000. So it's only sending a small fraction of the code and saying that in that small fraction, is there any security risk? Is there any problems? Please analyze if there's a problem. But yes, I'm connecting it to Anthropic. In fact, I'm using a very cheap model because surprisingly, even a cheap model is very, very good at identifying security risks because they tend to be quite high feature.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you are only analyzing the specific code snippet which has been added or changed.
Correct. Again, I'm kind of optimizing cost. If I wanted, I could have sent the entire code base, but every API call would have costed a lot more.
Okay.
So just 2 paragraphs. Is there anything wrong in this? Yes, no. That's fine. So that itself has saved and caught multiple bugs, multiple issues.
Okay. So this is primarily risk analysis.
Yes.
But how does
Vishal,
how does it analyze bugs actually? Because you're not given access to the entire code, so then it can only look at syntax bugs. It cannot really.
Yeah. So in this case, it's kind of just focused on any possible issues within here, potential issues, etc. Right. So this is the surprising thing for me. This one paragraph is enough to catch most major issues and flag them, etc. Right. So. And that's the beauty of LLMs, and this is using the cheapest model. So if I use a more expensive model, it'll actually even come up with more interesting, things that I would have missed out on. And just think of the use case in the same way, right? If you connect this to customer emails, and you give a paragraph saying that based on this email and the tone of the email, identify if this customer is in a panic state or is in a happy state. If in a panic state, then send an email to the escalation team. Happy state, then just save it in the CRM, right? So that workflow thought process is what N8N enables, and you can add more detail to this, but yeah, this itself is very powerful as is.
And how does it initiate testing? Because you also had test cases in your message.
So in this case, I've not connected to an automated testing. In fact, I'm going to be absolutely frank on this. This is now, we've kind of used a simple version of it in our Claude agent and agent instruction set inside coding. And test cases, etc., is more like auto-generated by the code itself. So I'd say what I'm showing you now is already a year old, and it's more like a backup to the actual thing.
Thank you. Got it.
So Vishal, after the simple memory step, I lost. I couldn't get the simple memory. Can I share the screen?
Just hang on. Let me just take any other questions from anybody else.
Sure.
Vishal, I have a question. So one thing, like whenever in that simple diagram that you are showing, okay. So we were sending hi message to agent, okay, but how that agent is sending message back to us, because I don't see any arrow here for like double arrow, maybe like that. It should be a two. Yeah.
So what N8N does is it has kind of, by default, it's a one directional kind of thing, not bidirectional. But specifically when you're using chat, the agent has two modes. Either it's a connected chat where it knows that it will have to reply the same way. But if you want it a one way, then you can put it like this. And in this case, then it will be a pure one way thing. But N8N knows that when you're connecting with the chat, that it's going to respond in the same way, and it takes the prompt, what you've given as a chat, as part of the user message. So if I was using the same agent without a chat, so for example, I can connect it to my Gmail, and I will go put a trigger whenever an email comes. So whenever an email comes, which I'll have to connect to and all of that, then whenever a specific email comes, then call this agent. Then it knows that it can't go back to the same thing because this is only a listener. It's not a bidirectional thing. So then I have to put something that does like a send an email, send a message.
Okay, understood.
Just a preview for next time. We'll actually do this next time, but since you've asked the question. So in this case, it's a unidirectional, right? So check if there is a new email. If it's a new email, then send a message, etc. But if you're using chat, this is sufficient. That's why if you see the output node technically is not connected to anything.
Yes.
It's a exceptional case when it's a chat conversation. Okay.
Okay. And second thing is, where can we learn more use cases about this N8N? Like you have shared two use cases, but what about, like, maybe you can visit the website. Apart from that, any others?
Yeah. So pretty much at this point I just like open up Gemini and just have a conversation. Be like, so let's say, can you tell me about your business or your work?
I work as a program manager in Publicis Sapient.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Sapient, what are some use cases that I can use N8N for? And yeah, N8N is like big enough. Like it's a massive open source project that a lot of businesses are actually running heavily on. Some advertise them, some don't. But given how easy it is to customize and get at least a version 1 going, it's become like a preferred solution for a lot of businesses. Okay, this is now thinking way too much. Oh, I'm on Pro, that's fine. Come on, there you go. N8N. Automated project health checks. Create a workflow that scans Jira every Friday if a project is in progress without updates or missing value stream tags. N8N can nudge the lead. Onboarding, offboarding. Again, this is a workflow, right? You can connect with Slack, Jira, Confluence. Integrated source. You can sync Jira, Oracle, Salesforce to an Airtable. Weekly executive summaries. Connect the status of multiple work streams and generate a executive summary every Monday morning. You can get it in your Slack or your email. If you have a meeting tool that is generating transcript, you can call N8N, throw the data in, it will analyze that and create tickets automatically or whatever it is. Create a workflow that calculates burn versus budget daily, and if it crosses, then send an email. Right. So these are just some use cases, just literally with no context. It has given me this. If you kind of start probing in your mind what all is possible, I'm sure you'll get some more as well.
Okay.
The way I see it is keep the workflows in mind. And N8N is kind of a good open source system. There are different versions of it. If you use Microsoft Dynamics, if you use even Google's internal, much more complicated automation system, then you'll get a similar output. But N8N has a perfect visual model in my mind of how to think about an AI agent.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Great question, by the way. Fantastic. Okay. Other questions?
Vishal, one question. Yeah, one question from me. If you said it is open source, but also, after the trial period, if there are some workflows that we want to maybe run,
Yeah.
what are the options that we may have? Because
You can
24
export that.
euros is, yeah.
You can export that. I mean, whatever you're doing here, there's an option to export that as a JSON file and import that. So you can do a download. Like I click the 3 dots, I click download, and I get a file here. And in fact, this is on my Quantana Live trial account, but I will go to my own internally hosted one, and I can create a workflow and import from file. And you
That
see
becomes a mobility. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to set up the credentials again. So for example, this is missing the OpenAI thing. And remember the earlier one, it said free one, but in this case, now I have to connect it to my paid one, right? So, but now that's sorted. Gmail also, I have to connect it to some Gmail, which it generally will work. In fact, these are already pre-configured for me. So as soon as I clicked on it, it connected and it worked. Yeah. So it's fairly portable that way. I think they've taken some great pains in making sure that, yeah, it's portable to multiple systems and servers, etc.
Yeah.
In fact, I know at least one other person who's using this to run extraordinarily heavy load processing, etc. And the secret sauce is this. Like this one sentence, you can make this your entire detailed prompt with tools access and do a lot of things. So, okay.
Okay. And the cheap hack is to basically keep downloading it and creating your own Gmail account or something like that and keep using the credits continuously, is it? Or is it smart enough to figure it out?
No, if you like it'll 14 days, etc. And those credits are like 100 credits. So if you are serious about running like a using
Like say
AI,
community initiatives or NGO related things, right? You may not get budget for heavy lifting this kind of thing. Yeah.
So what if you really needed to do that? I would say there is Open Router. Let me see 1 second. Open Router. So Open Router usually has like some free basic tier like DeepSeek or something like that. So if I go to Open Router and free, so there are usually some models that they give away. These are not like the most powerful ones. In fact, GPT OSS 20B, they give it for free, like literally. Now, why is it free and what are you kind of missing out? These are not like top tier AI models. Like you're not going to code the latest project, etc. But these are good enough that you can say that, hey, if somebody has sent a mail, like that's a positive mail or a negative mail. So triaging things, summarizing things, it can do. Don't expect it to like intelligently analyze, multiple data sets and give you some output. But it can have a decent conversation within the chat system, or you connect it to email, etc. Right? So Open Router, free models, good enough for some NGO related work, responding to emails, etc.
Yeah, so one is to optimize the cost on the nodes by going for the free options. Second one is hosting it on this space itself. I mean, when you were initially talking about it, you could actually set up things at your own end and you don't have to use N8N's workspace.
Yes.
That way it will basically save the effort of going through all of this budgeting and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think Oracle. Yeah. So in fact, a lot of tutorials as well that Oracle has a very generous free tier. It's like Amazon or Microsoft. So a lot of YouTubers talk about just go to Oracle and set up an N8N for free, and it's free forever.
Okay.
So this is a very decent option if you want to have like zero cost. Yeah, Oracle is like mental model best for free. Does that help?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I'll dig more. Thanks.
Okay. Cool. Next questions. You can raise your hand if you want to ask any questions.
Yeah, Raghavan.
Okay, if nobody else, Raghavan, yes.
Oh, I lost you somewhere. I came very impressively till that simple memory. That's where I lost. I was happy with myself. Suddenly I lost out. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, I'll share your screen. Whether if anyone else has any questions, otherwise we'll just debug Raghavan and call it a day.
Just a small question.
Yes.
Maybe you can show us that within the same screen where Raghavan is doing that publish option, you used
okay, sure,
and then
sure.
used it ahead. Thank you.
And
Yeah, one more thing, Vishal, is there are some systems where you need some connectors like snowflakes and stuff like that, right? So
yeah.
How do we get those working? If you have any like example which you can show, because there are multiple systems that they don't allow direct connection for security reasons, and
Yeah.
Snowflake is being used just to get the data out of it, and then we can build the models or create the output required or whatever it is. So
I
if you
see
can
there
explain a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just answer that briefly. So there is typically two ways that I look at it. One is N8N, somebody has either written the code already to connect. So in this case, Snowflakes does have the ability to connect within N8N. You can run a query, you can insert, you can update. I guess execute is your read query, etc. And you can add a credential of a specific Snowflake account, database, etc. So it does allow you to connect to Snowflake in this case. Now, the other beauty of N8N is anything that has an API, you can connect using a HTTP request. So even if out of the 400, 500 known kind of popular software solutions, where there is already a connection, N8N can connect to it. Where it doesn't, you can create a custom HTTP request. So you can put like a post request and then connect it to your, like HTTPS, whatever your internal Snowflake API.com, whatever that is. And you can set the parameters saying with your security. So in this case, the other side needs to give you some sort of API request, like a API that you can connect to, and you can use that information to connect. Yeah, but if you already have like the credentials to an existing Snowflake, you can use Snowflake. We've mostly, we've stuck to like Gmail, G Suite, Git, GitHub, HubSpot, mostly the popular ones. But for example, we had to pull some data from some background verification service or some other scraping tool, etc. So there it's a custom API, and then the HTTP node allows us to connect to it. So that's another benefit of N8N, like 80-90% is all familiar nodes. Like any developer who sees this will also be like, oh, I know what this is. You don't have to reread the entire code and understand what is happening here. You instantly know. And this one step is the HTTP variable. Does that answer your question?
Sounds great. Thank you. Thank you, Vishal. Appreciate it.
Okay. Cool. Any other questions? Raghavan, you're going to share your screen.
Okay. How do I do screen sharing?
Let me make you a presenter.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone is still on with questions, you can raise your hand and I'll bring you up. Otherwise, yeah, the rest of you who left your phone on the side, 46 other people still on. You guys can drop off. Enjoy the cricket. Okay, Raghavan, you're able to share screen?
Not yet. That facility is screen share. Yeah, I'm able to see it. Allow to share screen, okay.
So what we'll do, Raghavan, we'll get you connected and then we'll click on publish. And the homework is everyone should publish their chat. So for those of you who are stuck, then this will be helpful.
This is where I am. Is my screen visible?
No, it's not, Raghavan. Can you try again?
Oh. Enter full screen. Where is this? Screen. Allow to share screen. Okay. Off, small, large?
No, off. I think it's just your camera it's trying to share. But last time when you shared your screen, it just gives an option to click on entire screen and then select the screen, right? So when you click on the square icon, you clicked on share screen, then the entire screen tab, and then click the monitor. Raghavan? I think we've lost. A couple of questions. Yes, how do I publish? In fact, I think let me just show that. And the risks of this. Yeah, so NA10, I think, has come to a status where a lot of businesses do trust it enough. So they kind of, if you are not under specific agreements with others that your data must be in your premises, etc., you can use NA10. Again, they do have their legal T's and C's, etc. If you really need both data security and to an extent unlimited use, then you can download it and run it on your own server. I'd say given their stature, they're quite good. They've been operating as a business based out of Europe. So Europe, again, has very high GDPR standards and data privacy, etc. Just as a cautionary tale, this whole Moltbot, OpenClaw, CloudBot, etc. happened last 2 weeks. That is a security nightmare and managed by one guy. He does not care about security. Do not use OpenClaw, CloudBot, Moltbot. It is horrifyingly bad. It's good as an experiment with developers, but terrible for general users. All right, Raghavan, I can see your screen now. Okay. Let's clean up this a little bit, Raghavan. So first, let's click on that Gemini, connect Gemini on the middle, and just delete that. Just click and then press backspace. Yeah, click on the pink one and then click backspace. Raghavan, I'm not able to hear you.
Now it's okay. Now you're able to hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you. Yeah, now I can hear. Yeah.
Okay. Click on the backspace. How?
Yeah, just click on the pink box.
And then, yeah, I done that.
And then click backspace, like delete.
Okay. Yeah, gone. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. So like that, now there is your first AI agent is there, right? Let's delete that box. Your first agent. Yeah.
Okay.
Click and delete.
Okay.
And that AI agent on the right side, just drag and move it to where you deleted the other one.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So now we need to do brain surgery. So connect chat model to that OpenAI chat model. So that AI agent is missing a brain. So yeah, connect that to this chat model.
How do I connect?
Yeah, just pull from the diamond and connect it to the chat model plus where it says, yeah.
Is that okay?
And then chat model, where it says chat model, like under the robot face, there is a diamond for chat model.
Okay.
Yeah, so connect this diamond to that diamond. Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, perfect. Boom, done. And this simple memory, where it says memory, the memory was connected to the diamond of the memory conversation memory just below here.
Okay, yeah.
That's it. Okay, cool. Now let's clean this up a little bit. So I'm usually a kind of perfectionist when it comes to aligning these. So for example,
I should learn that, yeah.
Yeah. So like right now it looks like it's all fluttered everywhere.
Yes.
So first of all, that AI agent, just drag and drop it by like one square so that the green line is like where it says green line one item, make it horizontal. So just drag and drop this box just a little bit.
Like this?
Up. Yeah, up. No, not too up. No. Just in line so the green line becomes straight.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. And stop there. Okay. And now this memory also, make that memory line straight. So just drag it a little bit to the right. Yeah, and more. And up. That's it. And this OpenAI chat also, drag it a little bit to the right. Now just drag the symbol. That symbol is there. No, don't touch the line. Drag the entire box. Yeah, the entire circle. There you go. And put it in the middle. There you go. That's it. Usually I try to align it so it's nice, etc.
No, that's a good learning.
So now for some reason the AI agent is showing a red. So let's double click on it and see why is that red. I think it's the previous time there was an error. Now click on execute step.
Where is execute?
There's a
execute step. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, looks like it is working. It says executed successfully. Something is there. Okay, now close it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now everything is green. Looks fine. Now on the bottom left side, where you have the chat window, just click on hi. Just click on the type message. So on the bottom left, no. So move your cursor further down where it says chat. Further down.
Yeah. Sorry, which one?
Move your mouse to the bottom left of the screen.
Yeah.
It says where it says even 10 centimeters down.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it says type message, just type hello.
What should I type?
Hello.
Yeah.
There you go. See, now it says hello. How can I assist you today? Okay. So now it means the chat is working. So well done.
Okay.
Congratulations. You've done the hardest part.
Okay.
Now let's double click on that AI agent.
Here.
Up there in the green box.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Clicked.
And you are like Steve Jobs. Okay. So instead of that, say that you are Steve Jobs. Okay. You are like Steve Jobs. Answer all my questions like Steve Jobs would answer. You can also voice type.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Let's close this.
Here, execute step.
Yeah, you can close the window. We'll go back to the chat and then type.
How do I close? This one or go execute step?
Top right, there is an X icon.
Oh, there. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah.
Okay, now let's go back here and just type hello, who are you on the message bottom left.
Please. Right?
Yes, nice. Okay, good. Hello, I'm here to see things from a different perspective, to challenge the status quo, to think differently. So this is like generally Steve Jobs is supposed to be somebody who thinks differently. So it is giving you that perspective, right? So that means Steve Jobs is working. Okay, good. Now this is, you're done, it is working. Now let us see how to publish this. So now one of the reasons why sometimes the publish doesn't work is it might be some other node on the field is having an error. So if there is even nothing that has an error, it won't allow you to publish. So this Connect Gemini box is there. So if you see there's a G Gemini in the middle, that let's remove that one. That's not needed. Yeah. Let's click on that and delete. There's a G, colorful G in the middle of the screen. Yeah. Click on that and then delete.
Delete, is it?
Yeah. Okay. So now if you see on the top right, the publish is become usable.
Okay.
So
okay.
Publish.
Yeah. Should I press?
Yeah, click on publish. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's fine. Just click on publish again. You don't need to worry about version number. Now you can make calls to your publication chat. So click on got it.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. And it's now giving you a whole bunch of things. Just click outside that box. Click near the editor area.
Outside the box.
Yeah, I mean, just click Yeah. Now double click on the example chat on the left side. That example chat icon where that green on the editor. We don't need to ever click on the logs. Just click on the example chat. It's got a green box next to the AI agent. Like
next to the AI agent.
On the left side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Double click on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if you see on the top, it says chat URL. And there is an option to make chat publicly available on the left side. Chat URL is there. So just click on that to copy.
Where should I copy? Here. Okay.
Yeah. It says click to copy. Now open a new tab and paste and press enter.
Where should I open the tab?
Just Command T will open a new tab in your browser.
Browser, okay.
Yeah, just press command. Yeah, command and paste. Control Command V and enter. So now say hello, who are you? Just type hello, who are you?
Hello, who are you?
I think you have to click on the type message. Click on type message first.
Hello, who are you? Hello, who are you?
Okay, press enter. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hello, I'm here to challenge the status quo, to make a dent in the universe. I am not just a person, I'm a visionary. So you can see the personality you gave was act like you're Steve Jobs. So it is giving very visionary and, dent in the universe.
So the description is very helpful. Yeah.
Correct. So congratulations, you've now created your first AI agent. It's purely a chatbot.
Okay.
It can take one personality and can keep a conversation going for a good amount of time. So next week we'll look at how to connect it with other tools and other systems. So for now, this is all we needed to achieve.
Okay. The memory thing, I think I can tackle later. I couldn't put the simple memory. It doesn't matter. We'll handle it later.
Yeah, you're good. That simple memory we connected, so we're finished. That also.
No, I don't think I succeeded in that.
Yeah. Can you see?
1 minute. This conversation memory is there.
Yeah, that's already there. You can see it's showing green. Yeah, it's good.
But that's good enough. Okay.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's all.
Okay, thanks for the last minute, last steps.
All good. I'm sure people who are watching this in the recording will appreciate the fact that you asked the question. So all good.
Oh, this will be in the recording. That will be nice. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
It's a revision for me also. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Thanks everybody.
Bye.
And
Vishal, a quick question. Do you intend to start another new session for developers intending towards more technical knowledge share or something?
Yes, that's kind of in the line. I'm still figuring out what the best practices are. But what's your interest generally?
I'm just trying to figure out more in-depth stuff, so that's why I was asking.
Okay, yeah. So this series is more for managers and non-technical folks.
Correct.
Today and next week is the most technical we will get. And we're kind of speaking to just what you can use without having to learn code. But yes, like for example, we build a lot of software. There are certain best practices. This next week I'm presenting I'm Bangalore. There's the Software Product Managers conference as well. So I'll be presenting how some of the things that I'm doing, etc. So yeah, I'm looking at a separate session if there's enough interest. Looks like there is. So
sure, yeah. Please keep me included.
Sure.
Yeah. Put it with through again. I am Bangalore A.
Yeah, we'll figure out again. I'm not sure at this point. So
sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Technical thing might be more technical oriented, so it might be a different audience.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day.
Sure.
You guys have been awesome, and I will catch you guys next week. All right. Stay good.
Bye.
Be good humans.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.